guys, it's Misha. I'm back. Okay, so let's talk about Starbucks here for a minute. Sorry, I'm still in the car. Anyway, yeah, I used to work at Starbucks. I worked at Starbucks for 13 years. And oddly enough, this is one drink that I would never drink. Like, I would periodically try it and just, I could not do it. Because, I guess because, like, I inhaled the powder, like, every day. And yeah, so people would be like, so what do you think about the green tea latte? And I would be like, well, dude, like, if you like the smell of grass, that's pretty much what it tastes like. But that's just my opinion, though. So I would tell them, try it. Put a flavor in it. You know, just like, dude, just come down to the end of the bar. I'll take care of it. We would work it out, and they would actually end up loving it. You know, so you can't always take somebody's word for it. You gotta just try something. So, like, you know, I'm trying. I'm trying for Suze. I'm trying for everybody, actually. I'm trying for me. I've been working on myself so much. Like, it's amazing. I can actually see my own growth. And it's okay if other people don't see it. I'm sure they do. But I don't really see too many people. So, I mean, I work at a chicken hatchery. You know, I'm a vaccine technician. Anyway, oh, yeah, speaking of which, Suze, this, like, that's the reason why I guess I started drinking the green tea lattes. But, like, one day, like, sometimes at work I get downloads and I get connects, and, you know, so I can't always write it down. And I was having a real hard day one day. And I know it was Suze because when I went to go into my vaccine room to go make my vaccine for the next batch, you know, next bag, like, I had a fit. And I was like, I just started, like, yelling, like, geez, all I really want is a effing green tea latte with soy milk and some cinnamon powder. Holy cow. Like, dude, like, that was so not me. And, like, that's how I know when they're with me. Like, because they physically are with me, like, spiritually, but, like, sometimes they gotta jump in me to help me. Like, this feminine side of me that's starting to come out, that, like, I was ruled by masculine my whole life. Like, that's what I grew up around. Like, that's all I know, and that's rough and tough, and I've had to fight for everything I have. I've had to fight through the trauma. I've had to fight through the BS, and now I got all this stuff that, like, went undiagnosed for years. The D's, the OCD, the ADD, the PTSD, all that stuff, you know? But I know I'm going on a rant, but, like, we're gonna go start driving again, and you guys are gonna be with me for a little bit, because the other quarry that I pass on my way home is literally a couple minutes up the road, so it's pointless for me to stop recording. And yeah, and this is me being vulnerable, and this is something that I'm not used to doing. It's a little awkward, but I have my ladies with me right now. We, like, jam out in the car with my tunes. It's so awesome. It's amazing, especially when I connect, and it's nature, it's the elements, the air. It's like, you know, it's something about trying to describe the feeling of out-of-body experience to driving. Is like when you're not consciously aware and you feel like you constantly have to be moving on like speed and all this other stuff. Like, that's what it was for me when I was younger. I didn't know what this was. I had no clue. I always felt like I had to go, 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 go. Like, most of my life, I worked 2 and 3 jobs. So, I mean, born and raised on Long Island, New York, lived in Queens, all over Long Island, you know. But it was always me taking care of me. And so, I guess you get stuck in that flight or fight response mode. Is an interesting way to describe it, but that's the way it's being relayed to me right now. Like, yeah, so that's like trying to explain to you what it's like being a drug addict when you're high on cocaine or speed or whatever it is that you're speedballing or you're drinking and you're also, you know, doing all that bad stuff. So it is what it is. That's my past life. That's not me anymore. Like, I had 13 years sober, and then I got derailed after Hurricane Sandy. You know, I let things take over my life. I put things before myself. I stopped loving myself. I don't know, I guess basically the message that's coming through about this is about when you finally learn to love yourself, it does not, it's a different world. It really is. Instead of running away from life and trauma and not knowing how to deal with it and not knowing that I was an empath and not understanding what it was when I was younger. You know, like in the last video that I was trying to explain, I explained a little bit about it, but y'all can go back and watch it. It was a couple days ago. It was also in the car, so. But yeah, alright, they're telling me to drive. So I'm gonna put it in good old drive and we'll get rolling. I don't know, I figured this would be an interesting place to start to get to know me. I've pretty much felt safe in the communities that I've been, channels that I've been on, such as JoJo Ballistic, Katrina Mystic Brady, Ruby. I don't know if she's on anymore, but Dark Rose, I haven't spoke to her or seen anything from her in a while. I hope she's okay. You know, I know it gets tough and we got to do life and do ourselves, man, because if we don't do us, who's going to do it? Nobody. Nobody. That's like, bro, I don't need nobody. Like, I've been doing this myself my whole freaking life. And I've known for a very long time that I was always guided and protected. I've known. Okay? Because I've had money, I have no money. You know, right now I'm struggling to make ends meet, just like the rest of the world. You know? And it sucks, and it's not nice, and it's exhausting. And then try and being an empath on top of that. And then, you know, get downloads, and then talk to spirit, and, you know, try to listen for the answers about what you're asking, and they're telling you what you need to work on and what you need to pay attention to more. And it's like the guidance that I never got as a kid, which really kind of sucks. You know? I mean, it sucks in the sense that I didn't get it, and I went looking for it, and everything that I ever had, even everybody I've ever loved, I've lost. Like, and there's still people sick and suffering, and, you know, I would love to be the one to be like, hey, I can help you. Like, bro, I gotta help myself, because if I don't fill up my cup, how the hell am I supposed to give you any extra? Because when my cup is overflowing, I can definitely give. But if I don't take time to stop and replenish, and take care of the feminine side of me, because all day I'm around the guys, and it's hard not to try and react in, guy mode, first ego reaction. It's like, now I gotta stay quiet, take a breath in. When I get frustrated, I say, hang on a second, I'm gonna be right back. And I walk into my mixing room and I sit there for a hot second and go, God grant me the serenity. Because guess what? I really need your help. And you know how many times I say that on a daily basis? Yes, I know it said we'd start driving. And that was my kick in the air. My kick in the butt to put the pedal to the metal. So we're moving. And it's probably going to be a little bit long of a video, but it is what it is. It was requested that I do this video. And I am. I don't really question it. I just try to do what I'm asked, especially when I'm able to connect and actually pay attention and be subconsciously conscious. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure most of you get what I'm saying, because this is pretty much how it goes for me every day. On my way to work, during work, on my way home, at home, while I'm sleeping. Sometimes it's hard to turn off, and sometimes, gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I'm exhausted. I've been up since 1:30 this morning, because I leave my house at 2:30 because I gotta be to work at 3:30. It takes about 45 minutes to get to work. So round about to an hour. So this is where they get my attention the most. Basically, they always have. They've always had my back driving. And that's how I know, because I'm still here. I'm still here today to tell people, to show you, like, you can learn to love yourself. It doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor. Your money might give you comfort things, but if you're still not happy and you're still not loving you, then what good is it? You come in this world with nothing. You leave with nothing. I have very little, but what I do have, I work damn hard for, and I try my damnedest hardest to keep it. And my animals, I have 3 cats. My animals come before me. Like, you already know about how I felt about my 22-year-old cat, Mushy. You all know how I feel about her. And I still would do the same thing for these 3 guys. I still do. Like, there are times where it's either cat food and litter or food for me. So, hey, they ain't never gonna starve. And I surely won't. I can live on eggs for the rest of my life. Let me put it to you that way. And I don't have to pay for them. So could you picture in your head what you would have to make with eggs? If that was the only thing that you had to eat? I'm not saying it's the only thing I have to eat. I don't. It's not the only thing I have to eat. But, hey, you know what? It's a perk of working where I work. Actually, a lot of perks to working where I work. But that's a whole nother story. And really, not for nothing. Don't want to be rude, but really none of your business. But, thanks, guys. They're like, yeah, they don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. They just need to know that you're on your way going past this second quarry. Because I do know that part of Colorado, I've never been to Colorado. So I don't know anything about how their landscape looks. But, you know, we have mountains here in Pennsylvania too. They may not be as big where I'm at. To me, I actually kind of think they're hills. They're not really mountains. Because upstate New York, there's some mountains. Or Bear Mountain, XYZ, whatever. That's the mountains to me. But, anyway. So in case, I guess, what it may look like if it was in an area that had gotten snow or is consistently, you know, elevated where it gets more snow than other areas. Yeah, I'm trying to explain it the best I can. It's just coming across kind of fast. And I got the chills. My car is like 79 degrees right now. 75, give or take. So, like, I'm extremely warm, but I'm chilled to the bone. So, that's how some of this works for me. And yes, I know for sure I'm connected with Suze right now. And yes, we have a thing. I call her Suze, she calls me Suze. We're Suze. Anyway, it's cute. It is what it is. It's funny. Yeah, it is. It's kind of funny. But anyway. I don't know. Linda thinks it's kind of funny. Because she called me Suze. She calls me Suze too. Like, everybody calls me Suze. Like, I don't know what the deal is. It's not, well, some of them call me Susie Q. And then, like, nobody, I've never told anybody at my job that they could ever call me Susie Q. And consistently, my boss is my other boss, senior boss. He'll be walking right through past where we're at, and he'd be like, "Hey, Susie Q." I'm like, "Who even told you you could call me Susie Q, bro?" Like, I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, where do you people, like, how? How would you even know to call me Susie Q? Or even Suze? Nobody calls me that. The only ones, spirits, call me Suze. Anyway. Sorry. It's almost like a ranty, kind of interesting revelation type. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this kind of a ramble. They're very chatty today for some reason. Everybody's chatty today. They all want to chat. Like, it is. It's girls afternoon in the car because I got my Amish ladies with me. When we drive the back roads, Linda pops in, Lillian pops in, Suze pops in. They all pop in. Monica pops in. Sometimes the boys pop in. Sometimes Biggie pops in. Sometimes Mo 3 pop on in. Sometimes Prince even pops on in. Michael Jackson pops on in. Like, all the old schools pop on in. Bob Marley definitely pops on in because I don't utilize pills to treat all my PTSDs and OCDs and ADDs and all that stuff. I medical marijuana use. We're good. And my ancestors, because I'm also a healer, I work with earth things that I'm guided to work with. And we formulated what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I have very strong ancestors that guided me that way because I'm learning. Because apparently when I came here, I forgot what the hell I came here for. In any event, sorry about the roads. They're kind of like really, it's actually really windy. So we're like 2 minutes away from the second quarry. Sorry, they just felt like rambling on with me on camera because maybe everybody does this. Maybe when everybody connects, this is what happens. Like, I don't know. everybody else on YouTube. Like, I don't physically know anybody that does it like this, or like me, or like I've never met anybody in person to even talk to about this. Like, so it's like, wow, does this happen this way for everybody? So like, I'm kind of curious, and they're all like, yeah, just leave the camera on. Like, let them see who you are. Like, this is who you are. And if ain't nobody like it, then go to a different channel. But this is how it works for me. And this is what we're doing today. Thanks, guys. I love you too. Okay. Yes, bridge. Ice is before road. Anyway. So, about that quarry. It is just up around the corner up there. You'll get a better view of it than the other day because I was coming from a different direction. Some days I go one way, some days I go another way. I just like to mix it up. Because if you go the same way every day, you're going to see the same. Well, that's not true. I don't see the same thing. I definitely don't see the same things every day. I see the same things, but I notice more. If that makes sense. Yeah, I'm definitely in the zone, and my ears are ringing like a mop. Like, yeah, it's really loud, and I'm getting the chills again. Okay. So, slow down just a little bit. As you can tell, the roads aren't very nice in some areas and gorgeous in another. Okay, this is part of the quarry that I was just talking about. And this one happens to be along the river. That is also coming in strong for Suzanne. The river, quarry. Follow the rocks, my friends. Follow the rocks. That is what's coming through right now as I'm speaking. Follow the rocks. Follow the rocks. This is a different view. Notice the train with the big boulders. Cement, you know. Look at that. That's the quarry. That's the actual quarry where they go down in and dig. I don't know exactly which part of this one where a live pit is. I haven't looked at this one in a while, so I don't quite remember, but alright, that's the end of that one. You can kind of see some of it. I know I was going a little fast, but that's because somebody's behind me now.